Alright, good morning guys. This is Carrie with Southern Sass Vinyl. Today we are going to be taking out a print head out of an L1800 so that we can clean it. I believe it has dried ink on the sides of it that are scratching the prints. So we're going to do a quick clean of the print head. Alright, so the tools that I use is you're going to need a Phillips screwdriver, preferably one that is magnetized. If you don't have one that is magnetized, they make this nifty little device. I got it off of Amazon, but you can get it on most hardware stores also. And it's this right here, and it's a magnetizer. And so you can take any screwdriver, and you just get it, and the side that says magnetize, and you just kind of run it around. Okay, and it's going to magnetize it. Magnetize that tip for you, because you're going to need that. I also use a regular magnet. This is so that I can stick my screws to it whenever I take them out. That way I don't lose them. I use a Cricut spatula. That's what I'm going to use to get these out. Of course, you'll need your cleaning solution. I use my cleaning solution in my little cup. And then your little swabs, of course. And I use a bowl, just a styrofoam bowl, and I have a piece of napkin in the bottom of it that is dampened with cleaner to set my print head on. Okay, so I'm going to try to do everything right in this little general area so I don't have to move y'all around a lot. So I've already got my printer off. It's already unplugged. My print carriage is loose, so I've undid this. I've taken these out, so let's go ahead and, these are new dampers, so they're really stiff. Some of them are new, some of them aren't. Some of them pop right out. That first one was a toughie. Okay, so I'm going to take these and I'm just going to set them, I'm just pulling them off to the side out of my way. Alright, so that's going to expose your manifold and everything that you need to get to. Alright, so one other thing that you need is I'm using a pair of hook tweezers. You can use anything with a little hook on it. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is we have to get the damper carriage out. And so right behind it in the corner, and I know it's very hard to see and it'll make sense when you actually are looking at it, but you're going to put it behind it, and there's a tiny little thing on the back of it, and you just pop them out. Okay, and this is what I'm talking about, these little hook things right here. Let me see, I'm going to try to tilt you, and so you have to kind of push them in to be able to slide this up. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. So you got to take that off. What did I just do with my thing? There it is. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my dampers through here and pull them off to the side. Alright, because you're going to have to pull your carriage over. And you're going to do the same thing. There is a little latch here and a little latch here. So you're just going to take the hook end of your tweezers or whatever you're using, and you're just going to pop that off. The first time you do it, it's kind of hard. Once you do it once or twice, it's pretty easy. Okay, and then you just pull this off. Set it off to the side, and you're done with your tweezers. I lost the little thing that goes over my, found them. Okay. Alright, so let me push this back. So now I'm going to tilt y'all down. So bear with me. Oops. That's what I was worried about. Hang on. I'm going to see if I can twist this. Lift y'all up a touch. Stop doing that. Nope, it's not going to let me. Alright, so let's try. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get it where y'all can actually see what I'm doing. But the base of this phone stand isn't quite tall enough. There we go. Alright, so what we're looking at is you have 3 screws. You have one in this corner, one in this corner, and then one in this corner. Alright. And so you're just going to, they should only be fingertip tight, so it shouldn't be hard to take them out. Okay, and this is where having the magnetized screwdriver is handy. And then I just take it and I just set them on here, and that way I don't lose them. They're not rolling around. I don't have to have something to hold them. Okay. Alright, so I've got all 3 screws out. Okay, and now you're just going to reach in here and you're just going to pull. Sorry, I'm trying to keep my hand out of the thing. Sorry. But you're just going to pull it straight up. Alright, once you do that, pull your carriage out of the way. And this is your, let me tilt y'all up. So this is the manifold. I'm not undoing the cables. I'm leaving those alone. And I was correct. You see all that white ink? Or dried ink. Sorry, I said white ink. But that's the dried ink that's on the side of it. Okay? So I'm going to twist this back down. I'm going to set my bowl. As you can see, this little styrofoam bowl sits, it's a perfect width. I'm going to set this, turn this just a little bit. I'm going to set this directly onto that paper towel that is covered with cleaner. Alright, I'm going to gather all my little sponges here. And I clean my print head. I take it out and clean it usually about every other week, unless like this week I printed a ton of transfers, and so therefore I had to, it's probably why I have the dried ink on the side of it, even though I do the shoe shine every night, and it still just, it happens, ink just builds up. Okay, so I've got everything here, got my cleaner. It's just in my little cup. I'm just going to dampen the sponge. Okay. And then we're just going to flip it. And if y'all hear a whole lot of banging, that is my husband. We had a water leak last night, so he is upstairs fixing that right now. And the first thing you're going to do is I just kind of use my finger. Do not touch the actual print head, but on the side, you can just get it. And you see it's just dried ink. Okay. And we're just going to start cleaning. I'm trying to do this in the camera, so bear with me. Okay. When you get a good bit of dried ink on it like that, just set this down and get a new one, because this isn't one of those where you can just wipe it off on a towel and go. You're gonna want to keep these as clean as possible. And I like to do the outside edge before I do the inside, the actual print head. And so I'm just cleaning the edges, and as you can see, there's dried ink. You got to be a little careful because there's kind of a little well, I don't know what you would call it, like a little ridge or something right there, and it'll snag your swabs. So you got to be a little bit careful. Make sure you're doing all the edges, all the corners. And you want to be careful that you're not twisting your cable all up. So I switch it up and kind of start turning it one way, and then I kind of turn it the other way. Okay. Alright, so now that we've got that, I'm just going to gently run my sponge across that. And as you can see, that's a lot of ink on there. So we're just going to get it, and we're just going to keep doing this. And I'm not putting pressure on here. I'm literally just rubbing. Just letting it rub across. Okay. This right here is just getting, I don't know if you, I'm not sure. I know the light makes it kind of hard to see, but, and it looks really, really nasty and really, really dirty. Yeah. Like I said, I'm trying to do this and keep it in the exact same spot instead of being able to move it how I need to, so bear with me. I'm just going to keep rubbing until I get it all nice and clean. Okay, so that looks good. Check my sides again. Alright, so everything looks good on that print head. It's ready to go. Sorry, like I said, I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to make sure that the light is on it so that y'all can see. But now it's all clean. I got all the dried ink off the sides of it. And it's ready to be put back in. So, we're going to move our little bowl. And as you can see, when you set your print head down, it'll deposit some ink. So that's why I go ahead and I put that on there. Okay. So this is kind of where you have to be a little bit careful because of your cable. So we're going to get this. You want to make sure you have it the right way. It'll be folded kind of like this. You're going to get it and you're going to pull your carriage back up underneath your print head. And then you're just going to set this back down in here as straight as you can. Definitely want to have a towel. I just had my paper towel and I have no idea what I just did with it. There it is. Because you will get ink all over your hand no matter how careful you are. Alright. So we're going to pull this back. I like to go ahead and tuck my cable before I put the screws back in. That way if I need to lift it a little bit to get it back into this little carriage, I can. And then you'll hear it goes back into place. And so before I do anything, I'm going to pull it over as far as I can and then pull it back. Alright. And now we're ready to put our screws back in. As you can see, it's pretty easy. So I got my screws. I'm going to start in this corner. In this corner, front corner, fingertip tight. That's it. We don't want to have it too tight. Okay. And then I'm going to go catty corner. And then the last screw. And again, it's just fingertip tight. Okay. So now we have our outside clip that holds our cable, and you'll hear it click on. Okay. And then the part 4 that holds the dampers. And you just want to make sure that you have it in the right direction. You'll know because this thing right here, the little black back clip will be facing up. And you'll just slide it in there. Hang on, I got something on the bottom. And again, it's going to click. Okay. And you're done. So now you can put your dampers in, start everything back up, and do another head clean or whatever you're going to do. I usually do run one head clean just to make sure I've got plenty of ink going down into my head before I start running some purge pages. So again, my name is Carrie. I'm with Southern Sass Vinyl. If you need to reach me, it's sassyvinylhtv@gmail.com or via my website at southernsassvinyl.com, and you can select the Contact Us page. All right, thank you guys.